Now stop beating your gums and sound the attack.
All right, hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of the We Got the Chocolates podcast. This will be episode 39. Welcome, guys. This is your co-host, Lee, and I'll allow the other co-hosts to introduce themselves as well, Mitchell and Sam.
Leighthal, how's it going? Just for everyone's information, this is take 2 of episode 39.
Well, I mean, but who's counting really, Skinner?
I'm glad you took on the advice that you're a co-host and not the host.
Yeah, but so
That caused blow-ups in take 1, but here we are.
I think you'll find that the reason that I was quite keen to start again was due to the fact that we could avoid that part, and then you guys just gone over it again. But anyway, here's the song to bring you in. I promise that is a song, not something else. It's obviously not the same song we used in take 1. Oh, here we go. Now we're into it.
All right, yeah.
Tell you what, it's certainly not my favourite thus far. This is called New Tyres by the Silent Partner, and it's a shame that they weren't more silent for this particular thing.
Maybe get some words in there, it might be better. You never know.
We could just have a silent partner. That would be great. Jeez, we had a different song. We had a different song in the first take.
I'm not sure it was any better.
No, it wasn't. No, we probably should actually at some stage choose one that's good.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. We'll just keep rolling through them till we find one.
Okay, so none have been good so far?
No, we're carrying on.
All right, perfect. Now, Skinner, what are you drinking there? What's your drink of choice this week?
Oh, yes. I've got the Alchemy Cordial, of course. I've gone the Beyond Beetroot Elixir this evening. First time trying it out.
Excellent.
Pretty chuffed with it.
Yeah.
No complaints.
I certainly has for you.
I just got a classic cordial, so I'm enjoying the classic cordials at the moment.
Classic guy. That's quality.
So
excellent. I've gone for the turmeric actually this week. Turmeric latte.
That's my normal go-to, Leighthal, I've got to say.
In the morning.
Yeah. Get around to a turmeric latte in the morning.
Well, did you know that turmeric actually is spelt T-U-R-M-E-R-I-C? I could do the whole word, I guess, but I've always just thought it was T-U-M.
Yeah, I would have got that one wrong.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Yeah.
So it's like turmeric.
Yeah, it's turmeric.
Okay.
Absolutely, which is
go.
Intriguing, I thought. That's for sure. Huge episode, obviously quite a bit to get through. Plenty of stories from our weeks. A bit of TikTok chat to start with. A couple of sort of misheard song lyrics. There's a skin stats in there, which is massive.
Yeah, big comeback.
Huge comeback. Haz is running a social sim bin tonight. And there's a couple of bits of sporting news that we still have to get through as well. So let's get started, everyone. Now, guys, you obviously have bullied me quite a bit in the past for my sort of addiction to TikTok and the fact that I'm trying to probably take the podcast in a direction that you've not yet seen fit in terms of ensuring that we are across our TikTok social media platform, correct?
Followers are rising though, so it's pretty impressive. You're doing a good job. I've had some good feedback.
Yeah, hit the ball over the house today and didn't catch it, which has been hard to do because everyone else that I've seen on those videos has always caught it, which is annoying. I'll get it at some stage.
I think most people just don't put up their failed takes, but good, nice honesty.
You made sure you removed your cricket bag from the hallway so you could run through easily.
That usually causes blow-ups in here.
There was a big blow-up in the house.
Don't mention the war, Haz.
Come on, Haz.
Absolutely. Well, I want to play you a little bit of audio, guys, just for some of the amazing things that you can find on TikTok, and I found this one particularly impressive. Are you ready?
Take your time to shoot the ball. Don't think about it. Just shoot it. Let me see where it's at. Okay, that's not bad.
It's a complete air ball.
That's going to help you
Not great.
tremendously.
Basketball, by the way.
Basketball. Is when you shoot, I want that follow through, hand in that basket every single time. You're turning it this way, right?
Yeah.
I want that hand in that basket every single time. A little bit more bend. Watch the difference. Confidence when you shoot.
Okay.
Confidence. Catch, pocket, shot. See the difference?
Yeah.
Catch, pocket, shot. Come on!
And shock horror,
Katie,
she
let me
just
see a
starts
shot.
draining them.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So it turns out that, and these are the type of videos that you can find on TikTok. I've always struggled with basketball in my entire life. It turns out all you have to do is put your hand in the basket and have confidence, and you're away.
That's what they tell you in
just sink them.
second grade PE classes. That's all they said. Hand in the cookie jar, wasn't it?
Hand in the cookie jar. Do you ever take it out though? Or you just leave it there for them because you've got to keep shooting eventually at some stage, I guess.
Yeah, right. What annoyed me about that video, because you've obviously already shown me, I didn't see it of my own accord, given I will never be on TikTok.
Well, actually, I just downloaded it on your phone, so you will be on TikTok at some stage.
Right, perfect. But yeah, no, the annoying thing about that video is her hand position didn't change at all.
No.
She just happened to start sinking them, and it's
That's right. And position still
She's
does.
still
that.
shaking the hand.
Correct.
That's what you do as a coach, though. If you give them some tips and
that's
they come good, you've got to claim credit.
I
That
think
was all
it
my
goes
job.
back to our point. What you do as
As
a coach
hopefully
is you
none
just
of-
film the ones that they get in
Yeah.
and put those up
Yeah.
on TikTok and then say, I'm a freak at coaching.
And I hope none of the parents of the kids you coach are listening, mate.
I think a few of them definitely are. Shane. Leads me to my next point, guys. There has actually been quite a plenty of videos that have been using this particular sound effect and turned into a massive sort of TikTok phenomenon here. So we'll get across this. Mitch, I want you to try and tell me what you think these lyrics are saying. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a corner with the body screaming.
I can play it for you one more time.
Yeah,
if
go
you-
again for
There
me.
you go.
I was in a corner with the body screaming.
I was in a corner with a pack of sausage rolls. Maybe?
Can I guess that one?
Yeah, that's cool.
I reckon it was.
Go on.
I was in the corner with somebody screaming gun. Maybe.
That's actually
Oh, yeah, okay,
reasonably
that's-
close, to be fair.
That's not a bad shit.
Okay, well, I don't think you're going to get them because I'm unsure of what this even means. But the correct words, and on TikTok, basically, it's turned into a big video where people think that they're saying, what is it? I was in a porno with a bag of screaming goats, which you kind of can hear, to be fair.
Corner with the body screaming.
The correct words are, I walked in the corner with the body screaming Dolo. D-O-L-O.
Dolo.
Yeah. Do you know what that means, Skinner? Do you across your...
but
You
I'm
could
a
tell
few
me-
New age
seconds away from
terminology.
finding out.
You could tell
Dolo.
me anything you want there, and I would have believed you
Yeah,
because
that's
it
true.
could have been anything.
It could have
She
been,
said.
absolutely, but I promise you that is the correct terminology. Skinner, anything for us,
What
or do you
do
need
we
me
got?
to buffer for you? For a little longer?
Internetslang.com. Dolo means alone or solo.
Alone solo.
Oh, alone. What?
Alone and solo.
Alone.
Are they not
Alone,
similar
comma, solo.
ideas?
Alone, comma, solo. They're different.
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go. There's those words. But it did get me thinking, guys, not directly connected to TikTok, but just songs in general. I've tried to come up with some belters here for you. Misheard song lyrics that I feel like you would have been singing wrong a great portion of your lives.
Okay.
Definitely.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here's the next one.
Blinded by the light,
I know that part.
wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night.
Any thoughts there? On this?
I've-
Blinded by the light.
Yeah, good song.
Yeah, great tune.
I've always sung it as wrapped up like a douche, the Roma in the night.
The Roma.
Roma.
That
Someone-
doesn't make any
A
sense.
person roaming around in the night.
Oh, aroma.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like the smell.
Oh,
a
no,
nice
no, no,
aroma.
no.
Haz, what have you sung it as?
The same start, wrapped up like a douche. I don't know, then like Ramona in the night. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, a little love song about
So my
Ramona.
entire life, I've thought that he said something about a dugong wrapped up like a dugong in the middle of the night or something like that. Correct lyrics. What do you mean? No, it definitely said you can hear
Dugong.
Blinded by the light,
wrapped up like a dugong in the. Okay, yeah, it's how you said dugong.
You put
can't
so much-
really hear
You
dugong.
put so much mail in.
Okay, well, what it actually says is revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night.
Right.
Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, I'll play it one more time for you.
blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night.
Yeah, I hear
You got
that.
it? Yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
all
All right, perfect. The next, these first two are ones that I've genuinely sung really, really confidently my entire life. That's what's so weird. Like that one, I've actually sung probably like
That's
you did
good
with the
sounding.
Roma.
Yeah.
Like I've
But I
sung
wasn't
that.
saying dugong, so.
No, yeah, but the dugong thing was probably more wishful thinking. But I've always sung that one really confidently, and then this one really confidently, which shocked me to know that I was getting this wrong. Any thoughts there on mainly the second part?
Yeah, no, I think I know this one, but in your defense, really, I think I know it only because I had no idea, so I had to Google it at some stage in my life.
That makes sense.
And I don't understand what the lyrics mean, but I'm confident they're slapped my knee bones to the ground.
It is indeed slapped
Yeah.
my knee bones to the ground.
That's what I thought.
What does
You
that
were happy
mean?
with that?
Well, that just means he's dancing,
He's
like
dancing.
dropping his knees to the ground and then getting back up again, I assume.
Is that right?
Well, that's Haz's assumption.
Oh, well.
I've never seen.
I've never seen Haz dance. Actually, yeah, but your mum's a very good dancer, so you would know.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's talking about someone tearing him down, isn't it? So maybe
Build me up just to tear me down.
so like they're knocking his legs from under him and
yeah,
his knees.
you need to get on
down.
Genius Lyrics, like you do with Eminem all the
Yeah, I
time.
do.
Just
I
get
spend
on
a lot of
Genius
time on
Lyrics
that
and
website.
find-
I'm sure.
find what it is.
I'm sure it's up there.
It's apparently incorrect. But genuinely, I had no idea. I think I've always just sung gibberish around that particular song, which is tough. I've got another one here for you.
That was straight into
You
it.
don't get
That's
much.
rapid
You
fire.
do not get
You
much time. In
Give us
one.
that again.
Here you go. Ready? We'll go a little bit softer so it doesn't blow people out of the cars. I would be shocked if that's not snap your bagels and do your stare.
Yeah. I'm not thinking bagels, but the rest of it I'm with you.
I thought it was fingers.
Snap your vitals or something.
Snap your vitals.
I thought it was
I don't
snapping
know.
fingers. Do you stand or something?
Your fingers.
It is snap your fingers.
You're kidding.
The entire song's actually called Snap Your Fingers. So it's definitely snap your fingers and do your step.
Right.
Go again. No, it's not. Who's that song
It's
by?
fingers.
It's Lil Jon.
your fingers.
Snap your
Man,
fingers.
you have stretched that syllable all over the show.
Oh, that's perfect. All right, here we go. Skinner, I feel like you might know this one.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. I'm a Taylor Swift fan, so I can see why you thought that, but
Yeah.
I've got nothing there. Something about a cervix?
Well,
Surely not.
it sounds like Starbucks lovers.
It's
but-
Starbucks
but
lovers, is it?
I feel like it should be star-crossed lovers, and she's just saying star-crossed badly.
So you reckon star crossed? Here we go. No, it's Starbucks. You're not hearing Starbucks.
I've got nothing.
This one I'm sung wrong my entire life.
Maybe stomachs.
The correct words, correct lyrics are got a long list of ex-lovers.
You're kidding.
No, genuine.
What?
Listen.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, right. I guess once you see it, you can't unsee it.
yeah.
And this one.
What
I
about
think,
how you've been singing that wrong your entire life? It came out in like 2014.
Well, I mean, it's still been my entire life that I've been singing it wrong. I've
Probably
never sung
should've-
it correctly.
We probably should have guessed it in her case. She does have a long list of ex.
Yeah, that's true. It's very topical. Yeah, that is topical. Well done, Has. Very good on your pop culture there as well, all over it. Last one, guys. There you go. Now, there are genuine lyrics to this. What are they
In
saying?
English? Are they in English?
Yes.
Something like the inguinal canal in your body.
If you listen closely, it is absolutely been confirmed that the correct English lyrics are pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom.
I was going to say penguins.
What?
Yep. Can confirm.
It's definitely.
Lock it in.
has to be. No, they're not in English whatsoever.
Right.
So that one will be very, very tough for you to get, I would think.
Afrikaans.
I don't know what they are actually. Are they Afrikaans?
I don't know. It's from is it from The Lion King?
Yes, it is. Circle of Life.
Set in Africa, wasn't it?
One of the great
Yeah.
songs. Yeah, it has to be, surely. All right, well done, guys. Pretty impressive. You were none from 6.
Oh, come on. I've got Tucker's daughter.
A couple of half marks in there, surely.
Surely.
Okay. Now, guys, the other piece of news that I thought I would draw your attention to that's quite, probably quite important for you to be aware of, Skinnled, especially for you as a vegan. I know that you, obviously, vegan burgers are something that you produce as one of your meal deals quite often.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, excellent. Well, let me read to you from this article from The Mirror, which is in the UK. Anyone who loves a burger will know just how messy they can be unless you eat it plain. Now, a typical burger consists of beef patty, Skinnled, lettuce, tomato, cheese and onion, and whatever sauce tickles your fancy, let's say tomato, ketchup and mustard for argument's sake. Right, this is just setting the scene, as you can do a classic introduction to any sort of news article.
Yep.
Where I wanted to draw your attention to is the whole article is about how you should be holding a burger. Now, I watched Haz eat one today, and he did not do this, did not produce this correct formula. So it says that when you pick up a burger, you must make sure that you're not holding it too tight. This is vital. Subconsciously, we do this when we take a bite, perhaps in the hopes that the harder we squeeze it, the higher the chances we have of keeping it together. But all this does is crushes your burger and forces the fillings to spill out. Before you take your very first bite, the dentist explains, I'm not sure why the dentist came into this, but the dentist explains that you should try opening your mouth wide and closing it again to warm up the muscles. I think Skin will just demonstrating that for us. Is that working?
That's a triple patty burger,
Yeah,
surely.
that's right. It seems odd. And the best way to hold it is to put your thumbs and pinky fingers at the bottom and your other 3 fingers on the top, like in a claw position.
Well, that was always going to be tough for me because I was using one hand while using my phone in the other hand.
Yeah, that's true. As you're addicted to technology, that's what it shows you. So this is the new method that you're meant to be going for in the burger, which I'm looking forward to trying out. So it feels like that's a lot of fingers on your burger. It's probably the same amount, isn't it? But
I reckon I've done that before.
what?
You reckon?
Why? How?
it's
Just as like a technical change, you just rocked up one day and said my burger technique is not working for me.
Yeah, well, you have sandwiches. I have mince sandwiches and stuff. I don't want the mince to fall out, so I make sure the back half is clamped with those pinkies below.
Jeez, that's
Right,
interesting.
that is. I've never come up with that result.
No.
No. Maybe I would go. I would think if I want something not to be falling out the bottom, I'd be going like palms around the bottom before I went claws.
Yeah, exactly. I've never thought that would be. I can understand that you need some pressure on the back. So I'm getting that because I do have the issue where it's like all of the luggage just spills out the trunk. I have that quite often. I've also had that in golf a few times where I forget to tie up my golf bag and then drive off in the buggy golf cart, the golf bag just out the back. Similar sort of scenario to this, I guess.
Not at all. That's
What do you mean?
not related.
It's totally related.
That's to do with like inertia, whereas this is just you're pushing the filling.
There's no inertia.
Out.
If the dentist tells me to warm up my mouth properly, then I can generate more inertia.
Inertia by lifting the burger up to your mouth against gravity.
Yep.
That's Newton's sixth law. Skill, honestly.
I don't think that's where the issue occurs. I think it's more with the squeezing. But okay, carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, I just wanted
So
to
we
let you
didn't
know.
solve that at all.
No, for everyone out there, change of burger techniques. Thank you.
Yeah, give it a crack.
Another one that's quite important here, I think. We spoke to a friend of the show, you'd say, or certainly someone that we've interviewed, Adam Hollyoak. He had a little bit of advice for us, I guess. He said, guys, obviously with the coronavirus stuff coming, not a huge amount of sport to talk about. I think it's very important that if you ever want to engage your listeners more, that there's one topic that you really should head in the direction of. And that topic is perineum sun-baking, he suggested.
What the heck is a perineum sun-baking?
Okay, well, Skinner, there you go. That's an issue.
You
Now,
haven't tried it yet?
well,
Everyone's tried it.
Well, the answer,
Not that I know of.
the correct answer to your question, Skin, is it's the latest insanity wellness influencers swear by. And I'll tell you what, it's quite a graphic article. Like when I read through it, I was not particularly fond of the pictures. You know, when you're young and you used to go only to the pictures in like autobiographies and stuff. Would not suggest in the perineum sunbaking. But basically they're soaking up some rays where the sun don't shine, Skinner. And that's what perineum sunbaking is. So
Soaking up the nutrients.
well, in all fairness, apparently what happens is that in a mere 30 seconds of sunlight on your butthole, you will receive more energy from this electric node than you would in an entire day being outside with your clothes on. What? That's
You could just open up your mouth or let it go in your ears or something, surely.
That's right. I don't know if the butthole is exactly where it has to go, but there is a few people like Ra of Earth has also posted a step-by-step sun worship exercise. So there's quite a few people that are backing this in.
Right. What sort of backyard do you have to get away with that? Like, surely your neighbours.
Well, if you look at this image,
I don't want to look at that image.
that's genuinely that's on the beach. That's
Hey,
like
what you do in your backyard?
it's like a nudist
do what you
beach, I
want to
guess.
do.
But
There you go.
I just can't complain. I'd probably just stick to drinking Alchemy Australia products to
yeah.
to get my nutrients.
Nicely done,
Yeah,
Hals.
very
Nicely.
well
I'm very
worked.
happy with the elixir of life, and I'm unsure if Alchemy if Alchemy do suggest the perineum sunbaking, I'd have to probably speak to Malcolm and see what his thoughts are on that particular thing. I know he's always open to change, but this does seem quite intense.
Yeah.
There is some medical professionals that are far from convinced that the practice has any merit it says. So there's no evidence that sunbathing in this way has any effect on physical well-being, they do say.
Do you need to put
That
sunscreen on
doesn't surprise
first?
me at all. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What if you just get colon cancer or something?
Oh, I can't imagine that's great for your health.
More
It's not
helping.
No. Well, it's only, how many did it say? 30 seconds or 30 minutes? How can he be in that position for 30 minutes, though?
That's not comfortable.
That's tough times. It's genuinely, that looks very uncomfortable. No, it does say 30 seconds.
Okay.
In a mere 30 seconds of sunlight on your butthole. Just to reiterate that point.
Thanks. Yeah,
So,
that's nice. I hope no one's
probably-
eating at the moment.
well, no, definitely we're not. And if you are eating, then remember the new burger eating technique as well.
Yeah, good point.
And please don't try those two things at the same time, though. Burger eating and perineum sun-baking. That is not the combination that you were after.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else got the next point? I feel like I've spoken a lot.
Well, we
Jeez,
can move on to the
what are
social
we?
sin bin
Where
now if
are
you
we?
like.
No, we could move on to the social sin bin. Absolutely.
That's an option.
I probably need to find the jingle, which can present challenges sometimes, but I'll do it for you. It goes like this.
This is a social sin bin. We gotta have this chat again. We found some people who got themselves in the deep end. Well, I stand inside, so we can let these fly. Go for 10 and revive.
So I was reading an article about how rugby league was struggling financially, and went to the comments, and Gary suggested that the players are getting too much money, so they needed to cut the cap by half.
Cut the cap by half.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, I think you find, Gary, that if they did that, then all the good NRL players would go and play rugby union overseas.
Cricket.
And no kid would want to play rugby league because they'd get paid less than any other sport. So, well, some would, but very, very few. So I don't think that's a great idea. You might have to reduce it a little bit, maybe, if that's what the game requires. But
So this is what you're thinking of Gary's idea.
give him 10 minutes in the bin.
Thank you, Gaz.
Haven't
Off
players
you go.
taken a pay cut? I mean, over at least over the short term.
They definitely have, yeah, massively. But I think he's suggesting
He's
long
more
term.
about the long term.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that
Okay,
they're getting
that's a
paid
huge
too much
call.
in general.
Yeah, right.
Why is that the problem? Like, how's coronavirus brought that up? Or is it just the time that he felt like it was the right time to
I'm sure he's
voice
probably
that
commented
opinion?
that same comment multiple times on multiple posts, probably to get his point across.
Right, okay. Yeah, nice.
Oh,
The next one is rugby league again. Former Canberra winger Jordan Rapana wants to come back to the NRL from Japanese rugby, where he's currently, well, not playing at the moment, but currently signed. And Brett comments, he misses league. BS. He misses not earning any money. Rugby league is his meal ticket. Well, Brett, I think you'd find he went to Japanese rugby because he was going to
For
get paid
more
more money there.
More money, you Keith.
I think he probably does miss it if he's willing to come back to rugby league on a pay cut.
Oh, my goodness me.
Gandhi.
Oh,
Not to mention, like, even if it was motivated by money, why is that an issue? Like, it's players' livelihood.
it's just a job.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
would
just
go
like-
where you were going to get more
You
money.
do
wouldn't you?
often. People do
Yeah.
that all the time.
Yeah.
Go from job to job for more money.
Yeah.
It's quite common.
Oh,
And he's willing to go from job to job for less money because he enjoys it more.
Yeah, that's right. That was similar to when I moved from dollars and cents to Hungry Jack's for less money, but better career path.
yeah, exactly the same.
Good on the resume.
Yeah, outstanding. It's $7.12 an hour. Delightful.
Then one more is Fox Sports put an article up about Michael Jordan and saying how he was the best player in the NBA and he was paid handsomely. Unfortunately, his teammates were earning absolute peanuts. Well, yes, Michael Jordan was on just over $33 million in his earlier days. The 15-man team salary was just over $61 million. So, yeah, he was earning more than everyone else combined in the team. However, the remaining 14 were earning on average $2 million each. So I'm not sure that's peanuts.
Well, I wouldn't say that was the worst coin.
I'd take that.
I even think like they would have earned a lot more and they would have been okay with it because of all the bonuses they would have got for winning championships. If you win a championship, the team gets a massive bonus and they share it between all the players. So I think
Not to mention, surely they'd have some massive sponsorship deals on the side.
Yeah, it's not their only source of income.
especially when the team's winning. Yeah, so
Yeah, I think they're probably doing all right.
No, yeah, that's time to go as well. And then the other thing, the other one that probably fits in the social sin bin has was just today I was actually looking at like Channel 9, Wide World of Sports Instagram page, and they had Hamish Blake on the other day, who's obviously hilarious, and they had him on talking about like, I don't even know what sport he was speaking about, but they basically got him on the show just to say like, well, there's no sport on, so we'll get Hamish Blake on and just entertain people a little bit. Obviously he was promoting like his nice motorsport that's going on outside our house. That's good. It's in this section. And obviously he was promoting like the Lego show that they're about to do as well.
Yeah, right.
And this lady just teed off about how it had nothing to do with sport and like just get him off and it sucked and blah, blah, blah.
Jesus.
And then she was like, and what's going to be next? Hamish Blake on the Sunday footy show. And I was like, I hope so. that'd be elite.
There is no Sunday footy show at the moment, is there?
That's right. Well, there's probably like, I don't know, some Gibbons get on there and talk about games from 2008 or something, and we've had a few of those replays. So, very fair.
Pretty stiff given the environment at the moment, but hopefully she's not listening to our sporting podcast because I don't know if we've talked about sport yet.
No, we'll get. It's not. Yeah. It's probably a good indication that it's not only a sporting podcast. That's what I feel like we need to clarify. It's just our uniqueness is just the things that make us tick, which you are also about to do a skin segment on something that has nothing to do with sport either, I think. Or somewhat connected, loosely connected. Sport's been very indicated. Wait.
If this is connected, then anything's connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Sports.
good point.
Yeah.
We'll find a connection and then everything else is connected.
That's right, exactly. But before we do that, actually, guys, we were fortunate enough. We had to do this earlier because obviously coronavirus limits our ability to have guests in the studio. But we were able to catch up with Jana for another Yarns with Yarns segment. And I even have a new jingle that we unleash in that segment. So I think you'll be quite impressed by the standard of that. I've been strong on the button so far tonight, you would find. And there was
Shame about the first take, but apart from that, you've been great.
No one knows about that skin because you've only mentioned it 3 times, so no one gets to hear it.
You're not winning the best on ground tonight, are you?
Eliminated early.
I never do. I've got the toughest job. I have to do everything around here.
Okay.
All right. Yarns with Yarns, obviously a segment where we get to speak to our friend Jana, who actually hates sport with a passion and is quite open about it. But we always get onto some of the finer things in life, such as how often you need to wash your bed sheets. Bed sheets.
I haven't got a seat in my bed.
No, well, you should. That's
Okay.
where you're going wrong. Bed sheets, I believe.
Okay.
This is how that chat went. All right, guys. On the line, and not yet Darth faded in, but ready to go, is real friend of the show. Definitely FOT status. This is Jana. Jana, have we got you? Are you here?
Hello, you've got me.
She sounds excited to be here, as per usual. It's magnificent. Would this be your favourite chore during the week, would you say, Jana?
I definitely classify as a chore. Yeah.
And
I would classify it as my favourite, like, 2 monthly chore at the moment. It's not exactly a weekly chore. But yeah, I mean, anything to get through the isolation at the moment.
That's right. And so with that isolation, we actually haven't got you sitting across from us tonight with Ricky Ponding and Adam Gilchrist books in front of you. I assume you probably still have those at your house.
I do. I read them every day.
Yeah.
Just to pass the time.
But you're actually on the phone this time, aren't you?
I am on the phone. I am well and truly far away from all of you.
The viewers are going to be disappointed that you're not on the vodcast.
Yeah, it's a shame actually for the people that enjoy watching that.
So disappointing. I mean, what can you do?
We chose a really nice cover photo of you last time as well.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. That was very nice. I really enjoyed that in all the shares on Facebook and Instagram. My face being bombarded at me in quite an unflattering way.
That's probably why it took you so long to come back.
Yeah, note how I never shared that episode.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I've learnt from my mistakes there. That was a panic station. And to make up for it, I wrote you a jingle, Jana.
Oh, I'm dying to hear it.
Okay, here it is. Na na, Jana na na. Hey, it's Jana. She's stopping by.
Not bad.
I thought that was all right, to be fair.
Could Jana even hear that?
Jana, could you hear it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, seriously?
Nah.
Oh, that's
well, you better listen to the
frustrating.
episode then.
Actually, I swear you can hear it. That's really annoying.
Lethal's not good on the
I'm
technology.
So sorry.
But,
Maybe.
Oh, just trust us.
Well, you could all hear it, couldn't you?
value. Yeah, I got it.
Everyone else could hear it. Jana,
All right. Well, can you just give me a rendition? Just
there you go.
has give me the tune.
You definitely can't hear that.
No, Lethal.
I think we've actually had this experience before when I was in Adelaide, and you thought that I could hear something, and then the whole time. I was just sitting there in silence. Remember?
Classic Stitcher.
Well, we don't really need the music in the background. You can do it lively.
I can, I guess.
Oh, please do.
All right, well, basically, Jana,
What
it just
people
went
want.
like, ya na na na, ya na na na. Hey, it's Jana. She's stopping by.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
A plus.
That was really not the
Only took
response.
wait, when was my first appearance on the potty? So that probably took you about 4 months to do.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think actually this is one of your talking points tonight, Jana, is we do know that I'm not the most punctual or probably reliable.
Yeah, okay. This is where the new segment comes in.
And it's a segment within a segment,
I think
isn't it?
It's a like segmentception. My suggestion is a section called "You Got Punked," which is about Lee's punctuality. So we can all go round, because I'm sure it's not just me. I'm sure both Skin and Haz have experiences of their own.
Definitely.
Where we just out Lee for something where he was not punctual.
Haz
Not
has got
punctual
multiple.
enough. So if we just want to go round the group one at a time, we'll just roast Lee for a good 5 minutes, and then we
Okay.
can carry on with the rest.
It really bothers me how Jana comes onto this show and she just says something and you guys are just like, okay, straight away. And then every idea I have is like, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked with this idea.
Oh, damn it.
Well, I can say one right now if you want.
Yeah, so how's the starting
Cool.
point?
start us
Please,
off.
please, please.
Well, we were going to play tennis the other day, so I organised it for 7:50 tennis.
Fake news. It was
And
7:50.
I got there at 7:50 and asked Lee
course.
where he was, and he goes, "Oh, didn't we say 8 a.m.?" But he was still at home, so he wasn't going to make it by 8 a.m. anyway. And then two days later, the same thing. We actually made it for 8 a.m., so it was an easier time to remember. And I called him at a couple of minutes past 8, and he was in bed still. He reckons his alarm went off when he
No,
woke
but that
up.
was true. I was actually like, no,
Oh.
I just woke up completely nowhere. My alarm did not go off for some reason.
And then you went back to sleep.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, when you put it like that, it's still not great.
Yeah, no, not your finest, Leighthal.
No. But I was given time for Haz to warm up, surfing
Yeah,
by
right,
himself.
yeah. I'm sure he needed it. Yeah, well, you sort of sprung this on me last minute. I'm sure I could find plenty of examples if I had the time to think about it, but I might use it as a chance to shed a bit more light on.
Jesus, can't be good.
Has mentioned that there was a massive blow up in the Drennan household recently.
Wow, we've lost Jana here.
All right, we're back. I think we've just had a proper debacle.
Oh,
with the
that's
Wi-Fi.
serious technological issues
that
going
one
on here.
Technological difficulties.
Jana dropped out for the last bit of Haz's story, but that's okay.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think that one was your fault, Leighthal. So
Please
well
don't take it personally, Haz. There's no Wi-Fi.
But yeah, no, Jans, I was just launching into my grilling of Leighthal. And so Haz had mentioned earlier on the podcast, but we very sort of briefly glazed over it, that Lee and I had a massive dust up the other day. So that was sort of the first thing that sprung to mind, was to just talk about how he's not at all punctual when it comes to putting any of his crap away around the house. For example,
go.
it probably started a little bit earlier, back in last cricket season. He would always come home from cricket on a Saturday and leave his bag sort of just anywhere in the doorway or the hallway. And I think there was one week it got to the point where, like, I'd been asking him to put it away all week, and it got to Thursday and it was still just sitting there. So I picked it up and dumped it on his bed so that he sort of knew that he had to put it away anywhere else, basically. And then so a couple of weeks ago we had a net session, and I came home, and to be fair, this time it was like, had only been an hour, but knowing that it could get to Thursday, I wasn't keen on leaving it there. So I left it. He had left it in the hallway, and I moved it out to the garage, where he then drove his car into and hit his cricket bag. So it
Drove my car over the top of my
turned into a
cricket bag.
proper debacle. But that is one thing.
Quite flat with that.
That is one thing Leighthal does that frustrates me.
I was in the middle of the firing line.
Oh, yeah, Haz was
copying
here.
it from both
Yeah,
sides.
Haz was here
Haz
for
was
it.
here for the big argument.
That was-
that was quality.
The definition of fence sitting, Sam has it.
About
He
two of
was
the
sitting
last
there
three
quiet.
times I've been here, there's been big arguments, and apparently it doesn't happen too often, but whenever I'm here.
It doesn't happen too often. It's only twice
Haz
a week.
brings it out of us.
It's just you, Haz. You just bring the conflict, apparently.
Yeah, I know. Well, Skinner, come on, honestly. You are the opposite, though. You genuinely go, you don't take your bag out of your car. for the entire week. So that's why it's never in the way.
It doesn't bother my housemates when it's in my car.
Yeah, and your cricket bats get turned
Honestly,
into firewood.
if that happened in my house, I would throw it in the bin. Like if I've asked you 3 times to move something and it doesn't get moved, it's going in the bin.
Must have a big bin.
Yeah. Well, so Jans, how do you feel? That totally unrelated. How would you feel about me moving in because our lease is coming up?
I'm so sorry. My house is very small. As you know, I have a 3-bedroom house and I have 2 dogs, and they don't want to share a room. So I'm so sorry.
That's
all
right.
booked.
Okay. So what was your story, Jans?
I can recommend a few like motels.
Yeah, Airbnb is going well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so my story.
Punked?
The other day, pre-lockdown, you messaged my husband to ask for a haircut.
Good haircut.
No, sorry. No. You messaged me in the morning. I think unrelated, I was talking about your car being broken into. And then you called me and he said, I reckon I could come around for a haircut. And I said, no worries. We are both working, so if you can get here by like 10, that'd be great. Bearing in mind that you called me at 9, saying that you had nothing to do that day. Nothing on. So you live 20 minutes away from me. If you were to leave when I called you, or when you called me and booked, you would still have 40 minutes to spare.
I love it how you say booked, like your husband knows what he's doing with hairdressing.
Well, he does.
Runs a barber.
You asked him for a haircut, so that's on you, buddy.
I didn't want Corona.
I called Lee at 10:03 because he was late. Because I've decided that, I'm going to call him up on it. Call him and he goes, sorry, mate, I'm in Cleveland. I'm like, okay, so why are you in Cleveland? And he goes, just got a bit caught up, but no worries, I'll be there soon. 45 minutes later,
I feel like there's some mayonnaise spread on that. No.
There is not. I have time-stamped text messages from you. He walks into my house 45 minutes later. Cleveland is 5 minutes down the road from my house. 5 minutes. So somehow...
I think he meant Cleveland, Ohio.
There was that many roadworks.
Yeah.
Where are all these roadworks come from?
Okay. Yeah. And then he goes, it's just roadworks. I caught every light. You wouldn't believe the roadworks. And then he waltzes in, doesn't even sit down for his haircut. He goes, just got to fix something on the potty.
Oh, yeah.
Because something had broken. So my theory is that Lee had been driving around listening to the whole episode of the podcast in his car.
Huge chance.
Taking notes.
That is guilty.
And he didn't want to get out of the car until the podcast had finished. And he didn't want to admit that he was going to be late when I called him.
This is correct.
So that's I got
down.
punked.
Yeah.
I got punked by Lee this week.
I'm a punker. I'm a serial punker.
Oh, congrats on calling him up on it, though.
It's a good idea for a segment because it's going to keep happening.
Yeah, we will never run out of content.
No, I'm taking steps to fixing it, guys.
You're not. Don't become a liar too. Okay. I think it's great because we all get to sit down and vent our frustrations and, make them known, and maybe it'll change Lee's behaviour a little bit. Probably not, but it still feels good.
We'll give it a crack.
Jans, I feel like the next topic is also actually not going to paint me in the most positive light. I feel like you might want to take the lead on that one. Okay, good. Well, that was very well summarised.
Yeah, right.
Well, she started with the positive by saying that she liked the jingle, so
that's true. Yep. Even though she couldn't really even hear it.
Don't paint me in a negative light.
So now,
I actually
roast
gave
us
you
for
very
20
positive
minutes and
feedback
then
on
one
the
positive
jingle.
at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
So, okay, so the other day we were driving, my husband and I, and there was a segment on the radio where they were talking about someone who hadn't changed their bed sheets, or how often was often enough to change your bed. I don't know, something to that effect. And Matt said, I highly doubt that someone goes that long without changing their bed sheets. And I looked at him dead in the eye and I said, I bet you Lee hasn't changed his bed sheets in at least 2 months. So this was back in like February when I texted you. I messaged you just completely out of the context and said, quick question, when was the last time you changed your bed sheets? And you replied very swiftly, October.
Why did you know that?
And then maybe 2 texts later, you were like,
momentous
maybe
occasion.
that's being generous. You said, maybe that's being generous. probably August.
I
You
don't know why I answer these questions so
been
honestly. I know that they're going to
sleeping
come back and hurt me.
on the same bed sheets from at least August until February, and I don't think you even changed them when that topic came up.
Yeah.
When I said to you, "This is disgusting. Please go change your bed sheets," I don't think you changed them.
I did. I actually. Well, not that day, but definitely
When?
3 weeks later, I did change them.
3 weeks later doesn't count. I need
Right.
I need to know that you took action straight away. And okay, again, so let's say hypothetically you changed them a week later, so mid-Feb, right?
Right.
Can we agree on that?
Hypothetically, yeah. Yeah.
Have you changed them since?
Well, I turned the doona the other way up.
No, that's not what I asked. Bed sheets.
That would be a firm no then. But I shower every night before bed.
It doesn't matter. Do you
So-
not sweat?
You
when
don't have
sleep?
aircon, so
So
I'm pretty sure you would be
gross.
sweating.
I put the fan on. I'm not like running laps in my bed. I'm just going there to sleep.
So, Jans, what is an
Oh.
appropriate time period then, in your opinion?
Look, for you guys, just once a month is all I need from you. Just to know that you're changing it once a month. That is not. I change mine at least fortnightly, if not more frequently.
Wow. Okay.
I strip my entire
do
bed.
have quite
I wash
nice
everything, put it back on.
I think my
Because
girlfriend
there
does
is
it every.
no better feeling.
My girlfriend
Tell me
washes
that
her
there is
sheets
a
like
better
every
feeling.
night. So
Every night.
Right.
Not quite, but nearly. I feel like every time I'm there, she's doing it. So
Fresh
Right?
sheets. There's no better feeling than
because
fresh
there is-
sheets.
No better feeling than hopping out of the shower, all clean, hopping into a pair of fresh sheets and snuggling up for the night. There is no better feeling. And I cannot imagine the amount of crap that is in your bed if you haven't changed your sheets since August.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Jana, have you ever heard the theory absence makes the heart grow fonder? Right, so I feel like
That does not apply to personal
because
hygiene.
I spaced them out for so long. Then when I get into bed, I'm like, oh, how good is new sheets? I like treasure it even
does
more.
not apply to personal hygiene. I will reiterate that until I die
Still
because I
brush
feel
my
I will
teeth twice a
die
day.
on with you.
Okay.
I just want to publicly shame you for this because I know that you now have a girlfriend and I hope that she hears this so that she can also check on you and say, "Hey mate, have you changed your sheets recently?" Because that's disturbing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure that the boys will continue to check on me, although I'm not convinced that they're great at it either.
Nah,
Do you need
nah,
me
it's
to
not
check on you every time I have a segment? At least that's every month or 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Every
yeah,
month,
okay.
I feel like that's something that I could do. Definitely. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
When did you change your sheets last?
yeah, I do probably 2 to 3 weeks, I'd say.
jeez.
But like I was saying,
Yes.
Emily's house, yeah, like all the time. She makes me. We have to have a shower directly before going to bed, like not an hour before, half an
Yeah,
hour
great.
before. I have to brush my feet every time I get out of bed to make sure there's nothing on my feet.
Feet.
The pillows can't touch the ground. The blankets can't touch the ground.
In the bed. Yeah, correct.
This is
Oh,
like Jana the
okay,
second.
Mitch, your turn.
Oh, Jans, I'm about to get roasted. Yeah, I'm probably not much better than Lethal. I'm thinking maybe 6 to 8 weeks in between bed sheets. Yeah, I'm sorry. And my girlfriend has a go at me about it on a regular basis. So
Yeah, and just to take the
Yeah.
heat off of Mitch a little bit, I'm not sure if the boys are a fan of this one, but I'm sure there's listeners out there who, when I even do wash my sheets, I find that washing them is actually quite the easy part. Putting them back on is the part I struggle with. So there have been nights where I look at them late at night and go, no, I'm not going to do that now, and sleep next to the bed sheets.
Oh,
Is that one you've ever experienced? I'm thinking probably no.
I'm so disappointed. I can't explain. Wow, I'm getting secondhand anxiety from this conversation.
What about on a similar note, like
Because it would-
pillows? How often do you have to rotate pillows? Because people say even if you have a pillowcase, you still have to get new pillows regularly.
Oh, every other day you're meant to change your pillowcase because you obviously your hair carries dirt
Holy
and stuff. I think for
Moses.
girls especially.
Do you
Because
reckon
it's meant
this is why my
you
hair
get
all fell out?
breakouts on your
That'd
face
be
from it.
every
You get
second day.
breakouts because there's dead skin cells and stuff that sit in there and just go all gross and it's not great.
I'm going to sleep standing up from now on. It feels like it's
You would.
dirty.
And you'd probably find a way to make that gross.
Oh, Jans. All right, Jans. There's only so much roasting of me I can handle. Is there anything else you've got to say for this particular week?
No, not today. I'll save it for another time.
Excellent.
I personally, I don't know about you, but I feel much better having vented my frustration.
It's so weird that I don't feel the same. I don't know what
I'm
happened.
glad we could help you though. Yeah.
I'm going to finish on a positive by playing your jingle one more time, which you won't be able to hear.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
I'll just sing it in my head.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Yards.
See you later.
No worries.
ya.
Bye.
Jana, na, na. Hey, it's Jana. She's stopping by. All right, and that was Yarns with Yarns. Unfortunately, she couldn't actually hear the jingle, but it was quite successful, I thought. Even the live rendition got appreciated. So with music, surely she was a fan.
Anything that you do that she appreciates must be pretty good.
Yeah, correct. Because it's few and far between the compliments that I get or any sort of approval. The rest of the segment was essentially just me getting slaughtered. So yeah, not the worst for everyone else concerned.
Yeah.
That's right. Haz, can you take us through a little bit of what's prevalent in the sporting world, please? What's our sporting talking points?
Despite very little sport going on, there's a few sporting talking points, and we haven't talked about much sport today, so we may as well get to a little bit.
Important we cover something.
That's right.
But there's a few bits of news coming out. So, former Formula One boss Bernie Ecclestone, some people out there would have heard of Bernie, is set to become a dad for the fourth time, which isn't groundbreaking. This time to his 44-year-old wife, also not that unnormal. But
how old's this guy?
He is 89 years old.
Heavens to Betsy.
He has an eldest child that is 65 years old.
Whoa.
And he's about to have his fourth child. So,
stamps.
That is a fair age gap.
That's also a good effort to still have the old, still have the pace working in that fashion.
Yeah. I think he's got the money to look after a fourth, so I'm sure it'll be okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, right, okay.
absolutely.
Good
That
on
is, good effort.
And another one, Jamie Ryan, friend of the show. I don't know if he's got that status yet, but he's very, very vocal with us about the show. So.
Yeah, so no, he's always very helpful. Actually,
He's a good man.
He hasn't been on yet. We haven't got a phone call to him, but that's obviously coming. I'm playing tennis against him on Wednesday. Apparently, I don't know how he goes with tennis, but
there you go. But he's alerted us to the fact that chess is still being played at the moment, albeit online. Because I don't know, they'll probably be sitting not quite 1.5 meters apart if they're on the same table.
What about that giant one that we played the other day, Skin? That giant chessboard, or wherever that was, except someone had stolen one of the pieces.
I had one of those chessboards.
Yeah. So that was 1.5 meters apart.
But in the world of professional chess, there's a 16-year-old Iranian refugee, I don't know how to say his name, Alireza Firouzja, has beaten world champion and grandmaster Magnus Carlsen in the final of the Banter Blitz Cup. So pretty good effort. I think Magnus
it's actually called the Banter Blitz Cup. Is that a sponsor?
Someone called it that. I don't know. But Magnus is a very big name in the world of chess, and 16-year-old's beating him, so it's a fair turn up there. But I wanted to raise the issues. It was called a sport on the articles I read. Is chess a sport?
This is like the classic e-sport type of debate again, isn't it? Chess.
Yeah, right.
I feel like if chess is a sport, esports definitely is, because chess is all mental pretty much. Like at least esports is a bit of physical, a bit of timing with your triggers, and your vision has to be really good. Like in chess, I'm pretty sure it's just mental. Like you don't have to place the pieces on the board like really accurately or anything.
No, you would think.
Although in some chess, isn't there there's like a timer on the side, and you're trying to go as quickly as you can. In which case,
chess.
You don't want to like accidentally knock your king over or something with the process.
Honestly, I feel like it's a very hard. Where the heck do you draw the line? Because if chess is a sport, and noughts and crosses is a sport, you can turn that into an Olympic sport as well.
Reading's a sport.
Reading. See who can get to the end of the page first.
Well, I needed to add to the social sin bin segment we did earlier and put Nev in there, because Nev said that...
Do you want to play the jingle again?
No, it's fine. I think
okay. All right,
strapped for time. So,
yeah, that's all right.
Nev said that chess is as much a sport as golf. But I need to clarify this by saying that he wasn't suggesting that chess is a sport at all.
Oh, he was saying that golf isn't a sport.
Yeah, his comment was actually inferring that chess isn't a sport because golf also isn't a sport.
Based on
argument.
what? But
what the heck?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty tired after a game of golf. It's quite physical. I think it's everything that a sport needs to be.
Well, we still don't even have a definition for what sport is, so how can people be out there going,
and that's like one of the
sports are not a sport?
Yeah. And that's like one of the most recognised sports in the world.
Pretty commonly so. I don't get that.
Most of the population disagrees with you.
I've heard a lot of people say like, oh, this should be a sport or this should be a sport, but you rarely hear like, Oh, yeah. Well, soccer is definitely not a sport. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
And final piece of news for the week. Fremantle AFL captain Nat Fyfe has been caught surfing while WA is in lockdown. Yeah, bit of AFL news.
Yeah, sorry,
for us.
I just need to get that in.
And, you know, normally that would result in a fine for him, as he's a long way from his place of residence in WA, actually quite a few hours. But he got out of it for saying that he was carrying out essential work, and the travel down south past Margaret River was essential.
What the surfing was essential?
No, that's not what
That's
he
an
claims.
argument you would definitely use.
Apparently, man, maybe the footy players are really struggling with their cuts to their salary coming in at the moment,
Salary
because
sacrifice.
apparently he was picking up limes for his father's lime company, or like fruit and veggie company or whatever it is, and went surfing while he was waiting for the truck to get filled up with limes.
Far out. When you first said that, I thought you said lines. So I was like, this is territory we did not want to get into. We just started accusing Nat Fyfe of being a druggist.
Right.
Well, the police said it was okay that he went surfing because he was, waiting for essential work to carry out, so his exercise was okay.
Do you reckon that's because it's the right decision, or do you reckon the cop was just a Fremantle fan? Or
Yeah, well, footy's pretty big. That's for sure. I mean, everyone knows Nat Fyfe too. Like, even over here,
it's not a small deal.
I didn't know he was a surfer though, but
Wait, how could you look like that and not be a
Yeah,
surfer?
it looks like a surfer.
I mean, you actually look different to that? And you surf, but, yeah. Did you ever go through a phase where I was wondering if we were allowed to bleach your hair? Because with this haircut, you would actually be like full Marshall Mathers now.
yeah,
If we got you there,
you do it if you want.
bleach. I reckon that'd be good.
I was considering doing it when I had really long hair. I was like, I need to
proper
bleach it
surfer.
before I cut it off, but I didn't get around to it. It was a bit of a spur of the moment decision to cut it in the first place. So.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
yeah, fair. No, good decision though, as I thought.
Oh, thank you.
Very
Appreciate it.
Well done, Azzy.
That's sporting news, isn't it, Haz?
That's it.
Outstanding. Okay. Well, in that case, really, guys, obviously we probably earlier in the show suggested that there was going to be a skin stats segment. Now, this won't surprise you to know because we do this quite often. We're hideously over time again.
Yep.
We sort of structure things like thinking that they might go for a certain amount of time, and then we just massively under par, even though golf's not a sport. So we are going to have to leave skin stats until next time. But skin is timeless, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, no, probably not quite true, but it's to do with the coronavirus, so I imagine it'll remain topical for a little while.
In 2 weeks,
Yeah, we'll be right.
That's right.
I do apologise for that, but yeah, we've had that many technical difficulties. It's a 1 hour podcast. We've been recording for about 4 hours, so it's probably time to call stumps, I reckon.
That's right, absolutely. Obviously, New Tyres taking us out, Silent Partner.
Yep,
One of your great songs. This one stays in the contest or not at all?
No, not at all.
Okay, binned. Excellent. Good feedback. Sorry, Silent Partner. You will remain nameless.
I gave you plenty of options a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
what
no, but
songs
they
you
all
could
cost
use.
money, so we just haven't done that yet.
I haven't used any of those sort of options. so.
Because you have to pay for them. As you of all people should understand that.
After tonight, we need to spend money on an IT department or something before,
That's
before we buy a song.
I like those songs. We will get one of them. Has it's on the to-do list, absolutely. So guys, that's episode 39 for you. That's all we have time for. And it's going to be next week. We'll have another interview, obviously, for episode 40. We've actually already recorded that. Can we let people know who that is, Haz, or we don't want to?
You're the boss. You're the host, aren't you? So
I'm the hostess. So episode 40 is actually with Christian Welch, I should say. He's not Welsh. So which you'll enjoy a great deal. We get a bit of serious stuff out of the way first, and then he just lets loose with banter. The banter blitz chess cup he plays in, which is fantastic, which will be very, very good. Other things that people need to know of is that we do definitely appreciate you communicating with us, guys, and there's a place that you can do that. We've made it very simple for you now, unlike our production this evening, which has not been simple at all. But Mitch, it is simple for people to get in contact with us, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Just jump on the website, wegotthechocolates.com.au. You'll be able to find a little form there that you can use to get in contact with us, and if you can't find that for whatever reason, then send us an email at hello@wegotthechocolates.com. Just .com.au maybe.
.com.au.
Yeah, right. Or even just Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, etc.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of ways to reach out to us. So carry on and do that if you don't mind.
You got any more songs that are like this? that we can try and work out what the lyrics say. That would be great.
Fingers.
Your fingers. That would be fantastic. Also, guys, wherever you choose to listen to your podcast, whether that be on Apple or Spotify, we would appreciate you liking, subscribing, making sure that you are up to date with the episodes, and giving us a rating as well, please. Don't be afraid to share it around. We obviously love hearing from you. We love talking about you. And have you got anything to add? Any final words there?
Do we have to do best on ground for this episode?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Brilliant, Hazel. Now, Haz is on the leaderboard.
Jeez, we were so close to getting out.
Okay, Skinner, you're losing votes because you can't work out cameras. We went from having 29 minutes available to 7 minutes available somehow in the space of 8 minutes. So no one knows how that occurred.
Well, in between that was you had the SD card. So I don't know if you're fully off the hook yet. Okay. And this is the second take because you screwed up the buttons in the first time.
That does not help.
You're not getting
normally Wi-Fi is fine in this house, and with you as the third person, ruined the Wi-Fi. So you were taking votes off you.
I made less errors, but I had less actually jobs to do during the filming process.
I haven't done much wrong, but you just sat there.
You sat there, you're like, well, what are we waiting for? Everything's going wrong.
I prepared a lot of the episode, but I'm sure that I would have made more mistakes than you if I was on technology duties there.
Well, who gets best on then? That's where everyone's had a stinker.
Yeah.
Everyone's had a man.
Jana
was faultless.
So we get another guest.
The guests are racking them up. We ran out a stinker there, unfortunately. Oh, dear. Well done, Skinnell. Well placed.
Thanks.
It's good writing there as well. Can you show that to the camera so everyone knows now that you've finally got them working?
Jeez, my handwriting's awful. I'll get it up there.
Fantastic.
Just the board so far.
Lovely. All right. Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be back with you again same time next week.
Ciao.
See you later.
Farewell. Stand.